What an awesome intro that was, dude. That was fucking insane, right?
That was badass. I love it.
That is a badass intro, man. Welcome back, everybody, to NXT Roundup, your Wednesday night delight, your Wednesday morning delight, wherever you are. It is your boy, the Australian sensation, the man that rocks the nation, here to talk about some NXT Roundup with my boy, the one, the only, the Glenn Sexton. What's going on, brother?
Not much. How you doing?
Excited to be here, man. Excited to sit here and chop it up with you again, man, tonight. We got Snake Productions in the house. You're welcome. Thank you very much. A lot happening, but before we get into it, let's thank some of those amazing sponsors, Glenn. First up, we got the Wrestling Universe, who is your one-stop shop for all your pro wrestling needs, guys. Merchandise-wise, they have all kinds of WWE, TNA, UFC, WCW, ECW, action figures, past and present. They also carry T-shirts, wrestling cards, autographed 8x10s, masks, belts, and much, much more. They also have in-store signings with some of the biggest names in the wrestling world. So if you're in the New York area, Queens, New York, that is, head over and check them out. Check out some of the amazing signings they have every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Multiple people in there. All of their autographed items come with a certificate of authenticity. And guys, if you are like me, you live on the other side of the world, the other side of the planet, they ship internationally. Yeah, so make sure you go over and check out thewrestlinguniverse.com. Now, Glenn, you take it away with sleeves.
All right, we have sleeves.com. They have dirty boxers, headbands, arm sleeves, everything that your athletic needs in life and more. We also have a code, MWA Pod. Go check them out at sleeves.com.
And also, once you've gone there, go and check out healthvape.com. You just heard me take a hit off my vape. Get that out there. But guys, healthvape.com have got you covered. All of their products are no nicotine, no harmful or addictive chemicals. And guys, they're vitamin infused. And guys, as well, if you want to get a 10% discount, use promo code MWA Pod and check out some of their pod and vape products. You will not be disappointed. If you're like me, you're an ex-smoker, you're now a vapor, and you want to try and get off that sort of nasty shit, this is the way for you to do it, guys. Check out healthvape.com. Use that promo code and get a 10% discount on us, baby. But Glenn, man, how's your morning been, bro? It's bright and early over there in the US of A.
Yeah, been good. Looked like we had a couple storms move through, but hell, everything's still up and running. So can't ask for nothing better.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And, we've also got a lot of stuff to go over on NXT. The go-home show before NXT TakeOver. We're going to be breaking it down, man. I kind of was a little bit interested this week in NXT with a couple of things, and I think we might as well just get it off, man. But where do you want to start?
Well, let's start it off with the first match. It was supposed to be Kushida versus Strong for the Cruiserweight Championship, but Kushida was not medically cleared to compete, so they had an open challenge for Roderick Strong, and Dragunov answered the call, which was an interesting mashup, I believe. I mean, it was good. I won't say it was up to par with him and Dunn last week, but it was real hard hitting. Good God, the chops, you could just hear it echo. I was wincing in pain when I heard a couple of them. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then the German suplexes that Dragunov had too, like very snap-like. It was just really, really fast. And like, that was pretty good too.
Yeah, man. What's up, Lowrider in the house? One of the hosts of Knights of the Gimmick Table, which you can find on the Realm Network, and also one of the hosts of Wrestling with Sports, which is available on MWA Podcast Network on all podcast platforms, YouTube, and also Twitch. But guy, like, man, let me talk about Roderick Strong for a second, right? So he's gone from being in Undisputed Era to now being part of the Diamond Mine.
Right.
he's gone from one stable to the next, right? Like,
Right.
I don't know. Like, I find this Roderick Strong is to be like more quiet. I just find like his promos was something that I could never really get into, but I find that his style of what he's doing now, being more silent and having that sort of mouthpiece talking for him, because he's in the ring, he's amazing, he's phenomenal, but he sort of lets himself, I don't want to say lets himself down, but I feel like he could be better by not talking. But the thing is, like, going from stable to stable, dude, is it really, going to benefit his career? Like, is he going to be a standout person?
Right. Like, I mean, he joined Undisputed Era because nothing was really going for him in the singles run.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's with the Diamond Mine. I mean, I want to see more of it. I really do. Like I said, Roderick is really good in the ring. I love Rod. He's really cool. Yeah. I definitely love it when he hits a backbreaker out of nowhere. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. It's fluent to him. But some guys don't need to speak. Some guys don't need to pull out the perfect promo. I mean, sometimes you need a mouthpiece, which this is what's happening right here. And like you said, him going stable to stable doesn't really showcase him being kind of like the top single star or anything, which I'm sure he could be.
I honestly think that the cruiserweight title, that he has definitely got to be, the one to take that title, from Kushida. Like, I think as well, like, I think it would, I think that title's been given some legitimacy over, like, obviously Kushida holding it. You look at some of the title history, they have tried to sort of give it some legitimacy, but I think someone like Roderick Strong, who is just like an absolute beast, in ring, he would really be able to carry that belt. And, like, I see him going over at TakeOver. The match with him and Ilya Dragunov, very intense match, as you said, but also, we saw Dragunov get split open as well.
Ooh,
so, and there's a report that he got injured in that match as well. So I really want to see, how Dragunov is going to sort of back up and going up against Walter, because that's going to be another physical match for him.
Oh yeah, definitely. If the first one was as physical as it was, the second one's going to be definitely physical.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, man. And I think that the match overall, was crisp. It was solid. I enjoyed it. I sat there and really enjoyed the match. And like I said, I actually am enjoying the Diamond Mine. I think that Malcolm Givens, who's the manager, is it? Yeah, like, I really enjoy his sort of like agent sort of style, character, and I think that that's really solid. But following that match, I should say, was a promo package for Cole versus O'Reilly, and we spoke about Cole versus O'Reilly last week a little bit,
right?
And to be honest, I think we've seen this. These guys do put on good matches. And look, you know what? Cole gets a lot of flack from a lot of people, man. Like, people saying, "Oh, he doesn't look like a star. He's too small. He's blah blah blah." Dude, I like Adam Cole. I think he's entertaining, and like, yeah, he's not the biggest guy in the world. Like, okay, great. Neither was Rey Mysterio. Neither was, Daniel Bryan. Like, the thing is as well, like, I think what he has going for him is he is entertaining.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, my only thing is with him is he comes across too much like the cool heel, whereas, like, I'm old school wrestling fan, man. Like, I like to sort of see I want to hate the heel. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see a heel get heat, like real heat. Whereas it's more like, him coming out doing the boom and Adam Cole babies.
Yeah.
The crowd are popping for that. You know what I mean? If you're going to be a heel, cut that shit out. But that's his gimmick. In saying that, I think he's an entertaining cat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, ever since I've seen him in ROH, PWG, I mean, I've always liked Cole. And I know people are like, "Oh, you only liked Cole because you saw him in Bullet Club." No. Calm the fuck down. I've seen him in the Kingdom with ROH and all that. Calm down. But I think I honestly I love his gimmick as the cool heel. I mean, I do love to hate heels, but also I think it's kind of awesome to be cool and a heel at the same time. I kind of dig it. I'm just like, hell yeah. But I mean, he's one hell of a competitor. So is Kyle O'Reilly. Very technical, very smash mouth when he wants to be. Charismatic too. He can be charismatic just like Cole. I mean, I've seen it in ROH and back when he was tag teaming with Fish, that Red Dragon.
I said it last week and I said it, and I'm going to say it again this week. I see Bobby Fish doing a return kind of like how Devon did in TNA a few years ago, where like everyone thought he was done, like Devon was done with the company, and then the Aces and Eights thing, they reveal the thing and everyone was like, holy fuck. I see this happening, and like I'd like to see it happening because I think Fish is a hell of a talent and I think he should be there, but I think it would add to the storyline if he costs O'Reilly the match. I think that's going to be the overall thing. But the promo package was good. I think Cole's promos, like he's on top of his game right now, I think. And you know, there's rumors that his contract's up and all this other stuff. So it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, what the take out from TakeOver is going to be on Sunday.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens on TakeOver.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And, you know, we look at now, you know, one of the other things that we were looking at was Hit Row and Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah.
You know, and that sort of feud and that sort of build up. Let me ask you this. What do you think of Hit Row?
I mean, I like them. I mean, I can get behind them. Like with Phantasma getting Swerve's grills and everything. I don't know. It seems like Hit Row is trying to portray the good guys a little bit, even though it's a heel stable. Like both are heel stables. That's cool. You can have a heel versus heel, but somebody's got to be like the good guy coming out of it. But I could see Hit Row being the good guys and everything. Like, all right, sweet, whatever, cool. But I like them. There's nothing wrong with them. It's something different. I haven't seen the other two guys wrestle that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are a tag team, but I haven't seen them wrestle that much.
I think Swerve Scott, Isaiah Swerve Scott. I liked him as Shane Strickland. Because if you see him as Shane Strickland, hey Daniel, what's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. I think if you see him as Shane Strickland, you know, doing his thing and how he came to the ring, he wasn't just gonna be like another, like, I don't know, like his intros were cool. He'd come out to "Gotta Be Starting Something" and like almost like dancing out to the ring, but not, like in a nice, cool, funky way.
Right.
He's an entertaining dude. He can cut a promo. I find the Hit Row thing, I don't know, man. I kind of find it's a little bit cliche at certain points with it. Like, you know, and then, you know, I really like Legado del Fantasma. I love that stable. I think it's really, really good. I think Escobar, you know, plays that really good, you know, leader heel type role. How they sort of went about it and they sort of got him out there, like that was like, oh, really? Yeah, no, there's no one going to attack you, bro. Like, no, go out there. And you know what I mean? Like it was almost like they could, I don't know. I feel like they could have probably played that out a little bit better.
Right.
In my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he said, "Hey, come on out, nobody's gonna attack you," and all that, and then he's like, "Let's go," and I'm like, "Dude, come on!" I saw that coming a mile away. But
it is what it is, man. But you know, like they wanted to build for it. You know, they had a nice little brawl. You know, almost something reminiscent of, you know, the WCW days when the guy threw the dude into the fucking roller door. You know, I popped for that.
I mean, and plus, I mean, it had a cinematic look to it, which is nice.
It did, and I think as well, like it's giving out a lot of different. You know, different types of storyline as well. Like you look at those two stables. It's all. I said it last week as well, and I'm going to refer to last week. And it's kind of like DOA versus, you know, the Los Boricuas and the Nation of Domination. Like every few years, there's going to be like the gang versus gang sort of thing, and that's the way that it sort of it comes across here. But you know, I think we're seeing Hit Row becoming baby faces in the process. Mm-hmm. Shane Strickland, I honestly believe, is going to be one of those guys who's going to be a very, very big star on the main roster. He's got a very unique look. He looks cool. He can sort of talk on the mic. He can go in the ring. I think it's only going to be a matter of time before we start seeing him go up to the main roster or go up to the main event level on NXT.
Yeah, I'd rather see him go to main event on NXT than go to main event on main roster. If you catch my drift.
I'm sure he would too, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what a lot of people are thinking because they see how they treat NXT superstars on main roster and they're just like, fuck that. Like, stay here as long as you can.
Oh, exactly, dude. But the next thing that I saw was the LA Knight vignette with Cameron Grimes in the gym, and this whole gimmick and this whole thing just reminds me of like 90s wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, you're my butler now, and it's like I find it cool because it's got Ted DiBiase in there, who was big in the 90s, and him being involved in the $1 Million Championship. It's almost like it's a throwback type of angle, I feel.
Yeah, it is. Like, I don't know. Like, it's old school. The bet between LA Knight and DiBiase is kind of dated, but at the same time, you want to see it because you want to see Grimes kind of go over. You don't want to see LA go over. I mean, especially after last night. Spoiler alert. LA Knight punched or hit DiBiase and stuff, but I mean, I want to see this match. I think it's going to be a good one.
Are we potentially going to see DiBiase turn heel at TakeOver?
I don't want to. I don't want to see it because he's been hyping up as a good guy. Like, oh, I'm behind Cameron Grimes. Like, dude, you don't want to see him like, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be over with fucking LA Knight now. But at the same time, it's like, it's DiBiase. He's a heel gimmick. It's a heel gimmick. So.
But then he'd have to be the butler.
Unless they're like, no, you're not going to be my butler. You'd be like my advisor or something like that. Like, oh, yeah, butler my ass. No, I was joking. I'm like, I'll probably be like, it's kind of lame, but.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the payoff, man. So,
I mean, but who wouldn't want to see vignettes of DiBiase being a butler? I mean, it could be fun.
I don't know. I don't really see it doing. I think Grimes is going to go over. I think that it's going to be. I think, to be honest, that the way it's going to play out, DiBiase turns heel, screws Grimes, and becomes LA Knight's advisor.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. Hopefully that doesn't happen and Grimes just becomes the $1 Million champion.
Any truth on Adam Cole going to main roster and winning IC and 24/7 titles and defending both? I read it somewhere about a week ago. Not sure if 100% legit or to be honest, man, I think that's just I've seen that rumor as well. I've seen that rumor as well, and I've also seen other people sort of squashing it. I don't know, man. I think quite possibly this could be his way out of going up there. I think, there's two options because Cole's contract is potentially going to be run up. So either they're going to have O'Reilly go over him and then they're going to take Cole off TV, or they're going to have O'Reilly go over him and then he's going to go up to the main roster in a week or 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Charles.
Yeah.
But next is what we got next?
It was the vignette showed LA Knight paying off Briggs to go up against Grimes.
That's right, yeah.
Now Briggs, he was in the breakout tournament. I believe he lost to Cameron Hayes, I believe. Mm-hmm. And big guy. Like, I was like, damn, like they're stacking up the big guys, stacking up the meat, as they like to say in WWE. And at first I was like, Grimes ain't gonna fucking win. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, this dude is like beating the shit out of Grimes.
And like, the $20K bet?
Yeah, the $20K bet. Yeah, and wasn't that DiBiase's bet with LA? Or was it? Yeah, it was. because he told Briggs, well, Briggs like, I'll give you 10 grand, 5 before the match, 5 after the match, and I'm like, so lame, whatever. But I mean, Grimes didn't really get a whole lot of offense in. I mean, it's like, okay,
old school angle, bro.
Yeah,
old school angle.
Grimes gonna lose, get it, cool. But surprisingly, Grimes actually ends up winning, which I'm like, okay, surprise, because I thought he was going down. I honestly thought he was. But
yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see, and I think that Grimes wasn't gonna lose that match, bro. Not leading into a takeover, no fucking way.
That's what it looked like to me, because I'm like, dude, this fucker's kicking his ass. I'm like,
oh, really? Wrestling made you think that he wasn't gonna win?
Listen, wow,
really, Glenn?
Wow,
really, bro? Hey, man, I'm just saying, bro. They did their job then.
Yeah,
because they did their job, because the ultimate thing of it was he was going to, he was going to win the match, but it's to make the build to think that, oh no, he's going to lose. Then DiBiase's going to lose 20 G's. Then DiBiase, whatever. And then, I don't know, like, I think the build up to this is going to be good. And I think that the only, like, for me, they're very high on LA Knight. And I think that LA Knight's going to go over. DiBiase's going to be his manager, and that's going to be the end of it. And Grimes is going to hopefully get his, he gets his hands on him eventually, and then gets his big blow off. But I think that there's probably going to be another match after this one at Takeover between the two.
Yeah, possibly.
But so the match itself with Josh Briggs and Grimes, I thought it was a pretty solid match. The only thing I'm sitting there is like, Grimes is wearing a fucking like suit and a fucking like, dude, no.
Like when I saw him come out, I'm like, fuck me, dude, just wear your gear. If you're gonna wrestle, wear your gear. Don't wear a suit. I don't care. You're not serving up tea in a fucking match. Get your gear on, dude.
Yeah, no, I agree, dude. That was, to me, was the only thing where I was like, like that was a little bit cringeworthy in itself, just because it's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's an old school angle that they're doing, and all right, cool, you're doing it that way, and whatever, but I just feel like it could have been done a little bit better and differently.
Yeah. Which, I mean, this is basically go back to the drawing board. Like, okay, how can we do it better? How can we not do it again and actually come up with something original? But, I mean, they did it. Yes, really, Ma. Really.
I just think that shit. I just think while I just kicked the light, I just think that having him wrestling a suit, I don't know, man, it just looks goofy, like, is that what they're trying to portray him as? Is just this goofy little redneck now that's wearing a fucking tuxedo like Mankind at the 1998 fucking Survivor Series?
Well, I mean, he was goofy before. Now he's just even goofier in a penguin suit. So
yeah. To the moon.
No, I'll pop for that. Okay, I get it. Like, cool. I popped for the saying back when he was in the trainer's room. I was like, all right, you haven't said it in a while. Cool.
But what do you think of the build up and the hitting LA Knight hitting DiBiase, then hitting the finish on Grimes at the end of it?
I mean, it was all right. It made its statement. Like, oh, I punched DiBiase, which I'm sure nobody saw coming. Mm-hmm. And the finish to Grimes, I'm sure some people saw. It was like, oh, we figured that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it was a good build. I mean, the whole thing at the beginning of when LA won the title to Grimes being the butler, having the silly vignettes. I still laugh at the one where Grimes hit LA Knight with the golf club right in the dick. Yeah. I laughed my ass off hysterically at it. And then to now, I think it's been a good build. I just hope they deliver really well in the match because, good Lord, that's That's like a 2-month build almost, or
Yeah.
more. So it better deliver with that match. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna be like, well, I lost faith. Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you now, bro. LA Knight, all day, every day. He's going to be the monster heel.
Oh yeah,
and he's going to take it out, and DiBiase is going to be there to be the one to help him. What about the Index Gargano promo backstage?
dude, I'm sorry, but I love Gargano and Candice just being like the concerned parents. I mean, and their parents, they're actually going to have a kid on the way, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
I was excited when I heard it. It was like, oh shit. And even Candice is showing a little bit. I'm like, oh fuck Christ, that's awesome. And Indy, she sells this kind of gimmick just full on. And what made me pop was there was a pie reference. I was like, fuck yeah, there's a pie reference. I was like, you haven't had room for pie. I'm like, ha! There we go. That's what I wanted.
I actually really enjoy it, and I think Indy Hartwell plays that character really, really well. Like, she is a phenomenal performer. And to be able to have, like, I think comedy is one thing in wrestling where you can pull it off. You can pull it off well, but if you can't, then it's really, really bad. Her stuff is cringy, but it's intentionally cringy. Like, she's that awkward, you know what I mean? Like how she does the sliding in, like him, like Dexter Lumis, and his face is just like,
what are you doing?
What the fuck is going on here, sweetheart? Like, excuse me. And then like you see like fucking Beth Phoenix. You know, and you're like, what the fuck's going on there?
Right.
I honestly enjoy the Index, whole story. I think it's really entertaining. And the pie reference as well, which was just like, again, another throwback to like the Attitude Era in The Rock. You know what I mean? Like that's sensational. Like, I love that shit.
It's like slowly getting there to being what it was. And I'm just like, pie. I know that. I know what's up with that. I get it.
Oh, absolutely. And straight after that promo vignette, whatever you want to call it, we saw the Starks and Shirai promo.
That was kind of rough.
That was awkward.
That was very awkward. At first, I didn't even know they didn't like each other. I didn't know that. And then
I kind of feel the NXT tag titles are going to be like women's tag titles. I like go down the same road as what the women's tag titles are, and almost like what tag team wrestling is in WWE. Like it's never been something that's been their top priority. And you know what I mean? Like, I think Starks is a phenomenal performer. I think Shirai is a phenomenal performer, but having him as this complete odd couple that, you know, Shirai doesn't like Starks and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Shirai comes to the ring and she looks constipated when she's posing. She's like, comes out and she's like,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, do you need a fucking laxative, sweetheart? Like, what's wrong? But, you know, amazing. Like, I think she's good, an amazing wrestler. I think that there's things that she needs to tighten up in her in-ring work. But I think that they need to probably invest a little bit more. They debuted these tag titles. You know, I'm a big believer. You got to make belts mean something. Otherwise, why the fuck have you got those belts there? And you need to start looking, going, yeah. But again, they've only just brought him in like a few months back. So
yeah, they have. I mean, I thought it was cool when they brought it out. I mean, I could sit there and watch an NXT tag match and enjoy it. Be like, all right, cool. That's awesome. That's great. But a WWE tag team match, fuck. Like, I'm gonna need a shot of whiskey or something with this. Like, like this isn't gonna be good. But it's entertaining, but not as entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this show as a whole, one thing I have to say, there was a lot less squash matches in it than there was the week before. Yeah. You know, like we saw the match straight after that promo with Index versus, I call him Index, Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell. Going up against Robert Stone and Jesse Mamie.
All right, I wrote this down in my notes. Why is Robert Stone? What? Like, seriously, what the hell is that? Like, I get goofy wrestling, I get it, but what the hell? What was that?
I popped for the ponytail, bro.
I did pop for the ponytail. I thought it was a rat tail at first. And I was like, is that a fucking rat tail in wrestling? Get the fuck out of here. And then it just became this braid. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. He saw Dolph Ziggler match, didn't he?
Oh, dude. Look, the match in itself, like, I think, Robert Stone, he's shown that he can be a good performer elsewhere, a good worker. I think that the character's just fucking goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is probably one of the first, well, not one of the first times that we've seen him in a WWE ring, but he doesn't really get showcased as a wrestler. We got Frankie Monet out there as well. And even then, you're out of here, again, something that we don't really see a lot of on TV these days, the referee stepping in and inserting that. So I think that they're definitely trying to do a lot of throwback stuff in NXT and trying to incorporate it and make it a little bit more modern.
Yeah, which I'm down with.
I thought the whole Index and I thought Index, the Indy Hartwell and Dexter Loomis match with Stone and Mamie Mamiya. I can't even pronounce the name. I thought it was solid. Then we saw an engagement at the end of it on Indy Hartwell's birthday. She proposed to Dexter Loomis, and he said yes.
Pretty badass. I mean, he instantly took off the glove, for Christ's sake. He's like, oh. It's like,
they could have sold it more, bro. Like what they had their first date last week, and now that she's fucking getting ready to propose. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Hey, Guile, how are you, mate? To me, it doesn't make any sense, bro, where, like, okay, she's just going to sit there and propose to him and then go on with it. I think as well, like, it does make a pretty funny statement, though, in itself. And as I said before, I think Indy Hartwell is a phenomenal worker, and I think this role that she's doing is really, really suited to her doing it, because she's able to get it over really, really well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, stuff like that goes a long way. It shows what somebody can do with a character and how they can portray it and show what else they could do probably down the future. So I'd love to see what Indy's going to do. I want to see what Dexter's going to do. I wonder is he going to freaking talk? I want to know that. Like,
how do you reckon this storyline's going to play out? How do you think the whole story is going to end? Because everything's got an expiration date,
right? So I'm thinking Gargano's going to probably interrupt the wedding. Not every wrestling wedding doesn't go as planned nowadays. Something major happens. So
I enjoyed it, Kyle. I did.
Oh, it was amazing.
I enjoyed it because I think you've got two performers that their timing is excellent. I think that they're really invested in the story. You can see that they're invested in it, and you can also get in, like, you can sort of feel that sort of awkwardness. Like, everyone's been I don't know. It's almost like that first teenage love, right?
Yeah,
that's the kind of feeling that you get for it, and I think that they're portraying it well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I popped for the ring. If you saw the ring, it's like really badass, and it's got like an eye right in the middle of it. I'm like, hey, fuck, that's kind of cool. All right. It's a
little Illuminati type, right?
Oh, for Christ! It didn't have a triangle in it. I think what they were going for, like, oh, Dexter, he's wide-eyed, he just like that the whole time. So why not have an eye in it? Adds more of an element, because Dexter just looks like a freaking serial killer.
You know what? Like, he started doing a similar character over in TNA, remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
And I think now he's probably tightened it up more. Like, I think that type of character, I honestly believe that serial type of killer, like, there's only so much that you can do with it. And I think going down this road with, partnering him with Indy, seeing how this sort of plays out, is just basically good to expand the character a little bit as well. And I think expand it for both. Like, I think Indy's been, really entertaining, especially since she got, put with Candice and Gargano.
Like, I love Dexter, and I really don't see this tainting his character at all, which is funny to me. So I'm just like, I don't know about that. don't know about the Dexter Loomis thing being on main roster, but I like.
I don't think just yet.
Yeah, like
Personally,
I love Dexter's character. Like it's something different. Like yeah, I mean there've been other people that portrayed like the serial killer kind of stalker kind of gimmick, but he kind of made it his own, which I vouch for. Like hey, make it your own. And I don't see this tainting the character whatsoever. If anything, it just adds more layers to it. And I can't wait to see what happens. I really don't know how it's going to end, but I'm in. Like I'll watch it. Like I want to see what happens.
Oh, that's amazing. So, what's up next?
Believe we had Carmelo Hayes versus Duke Hudson for the semifinal match of the breakout tournament, which was a good match. It was a good match. There was a couple spots that looked a bit botchy. One of them being the over the top rope DDT onto the apron. It looked like Hudson just ate a huge pile of shit going down on the apron. And for a second, it hit like his shoulder and his arm, his head. I'm like, oh, well, he's injured. He's fucked. Like he's done. But actually got up, finished the match. It was pretty damn good though. I mean, I thought Hudson was going to win, but Hayes went over. Which I mean, Hayes is really good, very talented. A lot of people like him, but also a lot of people like Odyssey also. That's going to be in the finals. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see where that's going to go. That's going to happen on next week's NXT, next week's NXT, which, I mean, shaping up to be a good match, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so. I definitely think it will be an interesting one for sure. I think the match with how's it? Do you have that match?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That escalate. Yeah. All right. So I had the Raquel Gonzales and Dakota Kai promo before that.
Forgot about that.
What do you think of that promo setting?
It's pretty good. I mean, Dakota actually sounded like she could actually win a little bit, Raquel coming in strong and everything, being like the champion, a champion should be. Like, you're not going to get the championship, all that. Dakota, she put on a good promo. I don't know how this match is going to look because you and me, like we said before, with Dakota Kai, can't really get behind her. And I don't know whether it's because of in-ring work or whatever it is. But this promo made her seem legit. It did. So hopefully that portrays that in the ring and it shapes up to be a good match. I'm hoping it's going to be a good match.
I hope so. I mean, I thought that was probably one of Dakota's best promos, to be honest.
Yeah, because, I mean, she hasn't really talked that much.
She has a little bits, but
yeah,
I've never really been much of a fan of hers personally, but I think that promo really, she really stepped up her game in a massive way in my eyes.
Yeah.
So what's so the breakout match, Carmelo Hayes and Duke Hudson. I honestly thought, as we were talking before, I thought Duke Hudson was going to take that out.
Honest. I thought so too, because like he was dominating throughout the whole tournament, and I thought, well, Hudson's going to win. I actually like the way he carries himself, like with the entrance, just cocky little shit. You're just like, well, he's not little, he's 6'5", but like he's full of his own shit, and it's like, all right, okay, I get it. Cool. I mean, that's sort of how I would have done it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm in the ring. Fuck off. Oh, yeah, look. Oh, thumbs up. Kind of look like RVD. But I thought he was going to win. I was shocked Carmelo did. But hell, Carmelo, I mean, I'm excited to see the finals for the breakout tournament.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Same here. I think it's going to be a solid, entertaining match in the finals. But last one we saw, not the last one, but the last match of the night was MSK versus Emporium.
Is it
Now,
Imperium or Emporium?
Imperium.
Imperium. I said Emporium, and I'm like, I'm like, that doesn't sound right, because I caught myself. I'm like, that's a fucking store, Glenn. What are you talking about? Imperium. Okay.
I thought Imperium was going to go over here.
Oh yeah.
You know, we saw Walter come out, create the distraction. Then Dragunov comes out, you know, jumps Walter. You know, and then MSK got the win. You know, like it was an entertaining match. You know, MSK, they're definitely very high on them in my eyes from what you've seen, and definitely from the booking that they've come in strong, and they've been put over very strong. So I hope that, you know, that they really sort of invest in tag team wrestling a little bit, WWE and NXT, because I think that that's going to be one of the groups to one of the tag teams that can really definitely put it on the map, take them up into the main roster. They could definitely fit in and compete against somewhere like the New Day in the next year, and even, you know, the Usos, and put them into that sort of scene. Are they ready to go up to the main roster now? Probably not. They can work, they can wrestle, but they're probably not ready for that level of that there. But even then, I just hope that when they do bring them up, that they don't just fucking flounder them like they did with the fucking Good Brothers and you know, the Revival.
I mean, MSK is interesting. Like, coming from Impact, coming to NXT, winning the NXT championships. Like, it's very interesting. So, I mean, coming in, they were looked at really highly. To be like, okay, these guys have something, which is really cool to see. Because, I mean, did they even hold the Impact Tag titles? I don't think they did.
MSK? No, I don't think so.
No, I didn't think so either. But, I mean, just to see them be like, all right, we're there now here, and like champions. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Imperium, there we go.
Imperium.
They're a damn good team too. Like, really smash mouth, really rough. Like, I honestly thought Imperium was going to win. Yeah, and it wasn't even because of Walter coming out. But when Walter came out, I'm like, oh, done deal, dude. They're gonna fucking win now. And once again, wrestling made me think something else. But yeah,
shock horror.
Piers is like, what? That happens still? Like, yeah, wow. It does fucking happen.
Wow.
Probably because I'm simple-minded. No, I'm just kidding. But
I don't know what love is.
I don't know what love is. But it was a good match. I mean, they cut the ring in half really good, I thought. Imperium did. And then when like one of the members of MSK came in, they just sped it up, which was good. I love it when that happens. They speed it up, especially when they're going against bigger, stronger talent. Thought one of the members from MSK got fucking injured, landed on his head. Did you see that?
Yeah, that looked fucking nasty, dude. What was there any feedback from that, bro? Was there any news following that?
No. I mean, the only thing I heard was about Dragunov being injured. And I'm like, injured? Like, he just got cut. Like, and then something else happened, apparently. I don't know what happened, but
maybe he got a concussion, bro, because like that match with Roddy was pretty rough.
Oh yeah, it was really rough. Like, I even missed how he got busted open. Like, I didn't see how it happened. I don't know if it was a hit or
just before that he took the face to the stairs, but I don't think that was it. I think it was just after that.
Yeah, he covered up with the stairs. I saw that. But whatever happened, I don't know.
They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to blade.
Can't be a blade.
Nah, they're not allowed to blade.
Thinking Ric Flair's still employed. Fuck off, Piers. What the hell? What you gotta do, kid, is blade.
And then blade some more.
Woo! Anyway, but no, I thought the dude from MSK got fucking injured because it looked terrible, and the ref was kind of like, "Oh god," the ref just came in like, "Okay, all right."
But that comes down to like unnecessary bumps, dude.
It is, and I mean, it's probably the bump he wanted to take, but it's the bump that didn't land properly. Because I mean, you see some gnarly bumps where people go flying into the turnbuckle and like get flipped, hit their back on it, and then land like upper back neck part to the floor or the mat. Where this one was just straight head, like boom, like, well, we just injured a champion. This is great.
That's it, man. And the last bit of the show was Samoa Joe promo. Cross coming out. This is a match I'm actually the match probably I'm looking forward to watching it at Takeover and sitting down and enjoying, because I think Samoa Joe is so old school, bro. Like he understands how to have a good match. He understands how to do a good build. And then, these guys go completely at it, go smashing through barricades, and it both ends up with both of them on the floor. Dude, like that's an old school fucking again, like to me, this episode of NXT, like by watching it, to me, I got the feeling that it was very much like a throwback to a lot of stuff. The pie reference. Again, like, is NXT going to be going back and doing more of that down the road, doing the sort of throwback sort of things? But I definitely felt like an old school sort of thing with them both sort of laying there at the end of it and wrapping up. But I honestly think at TakeOver, bro, Joe's going to go over for the NXT belt. I think it's a good thing from him. He's gone from being, injured to being on the commentary team to back on the thing, and having him as the champion NXT is a believable champion. Karrion Kross going up into the main roster. I definitely think Samoa Joe's place in WWE is in NXT, and really sort of being there to sort of build up the next generation of stars. And he's the sort of guy that can definitely teach a lot of guys, psychology, work wise, how to and deliverance.
Oh yeah, I mean, I see Joe as the total package. I mean, he may not be the pretty boy, but damn it, he can fucking go. Like he's good on promos. He's good on in ring. Like, you can't go wrong with Joe. I see him. Helping newer talent, molding new talent, and making them believable to be a big star. Because I mean, Joe's just that good. I think, my opinion. I mean, I've been watching him wrestle since 2005. And I'm just like, I still love him. I'm still impressed. He could be a heel, could be a face, anything. And I'll be like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, fuck him up. Like, just do it.
Yeah, he definitely is, man. But man, that was the NXT show for the week, Glenn. It's I thought it was overall that it was a pretty good build for a takeover. I'm interested to see how the results for takeover go down and how it all goes down on Sunday or Monday for me.
It was a damn good show, damn good go home show, especially for the product that's out there now. I mean, I'm sure some people saw Raw. I'm hitting towards our buddy Brad because he's like, I can't do it anymore. I'm with you. That's why I don't watch it,
dude. But I can't. Like, I sit and watch Raw and it's like
Raw's go home show for SummerSlam this week. Bullshit. It's stupid. Same thing. Like, you could have just watched last week's show and been like, oh.
But that's the thing. NXT, look, usually different. It's a little bit different, but it's not much different, bro. Like, I think that there's a lot of improvements overall WWE needs to do on their product. But, I say this, and I've said this before, and I'll say this again. It also comes down to how you get it over and how what they're actually trying to accomplish. But it also comes down to the vision of who's the person who's writing it, who's the vision of what the vision is of the performers as well. So it's not necessarily going, oh, that's shit. It's like, well, I think maybe the visions don't line up on certain aspects.
Right.
But Glenn, look, I think we've gone over the show for this evening. What do you got planned for the rest of the day, big man?
Edit up some more videos and just do stuff around the house. That's basically it. That's usually what I do.
That's it. I'm about to go head off to bed, and we're going to get some stuff out. Also, guys, you can get our shows with therealmnetwork.com. The Realm Network is temporarily down. We are going to be emailing out links to our shows to all of our subscribers, so you are going to start seeing our show starting to come through as well. So we're working in the back end. Charles has got that sort of going, and we'll have that out in the next tonight and tomorrow. So guys, stay tuned for that. Glenn, what else is there to cover off, man? We got Get Funked recording tomorrow is going to be going on, and then we got Funk and Kingpin show on Thursday, which is Friday for us.
Then we have Killing the Business on Friday.
Then you got recording for Killing the Business,
and then we are actually, or I believe we still are doing our MWA SummerSlam watch along.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a watch along for SummerSlam, so guys, make sure you tune in for that. But until next time, guys, we'll talk to you very soon. That's Sexton. This is Pierce. And as always, we're always here to make sure that we bring you the very best in wrestling media. So, guys, however you take it easy. And if she's easy, take it twice. Peace out.